Hi folks, Aquaba. In today's edition we're going to talk about Trickle filter. This is a filter that is mounted normally on top of the aquarium, depending on the size of the aquarium. On top of the aquarium, and then the water trickles down through various sections to get to the aquarium. These sections filter the water for you to have the purity and the clearness in your aquarium. Some of these trickle filters are also used in large aquariums but are mounted outside of the aquarium, and the water flows through these mediums and goes into the aquarium. The tools we will be using today, we might not need our silicone at all, but we have it on standby. The basic tool we'll be using is the drill. This is what we'll be using mostly, the drill. We also have our scissors and our knife, which we might if needed. But the components of the filter itself, like I said, this is a DIY channel and we don't go in for expensive stuff. This is just the usual lunchbox that we have, and this is what is going to contain everything about the filter. We also have the mediums. We have regular sponge, our regular sponge. That's what we have here. We have this filter pad, fine one. This is where water goes through and then it's very refined, this pad. We also have our biological medium here. We have the ceramic one. We also have these here. These are wet, that is why I'm keeping them. And I also have the sponge. There's a regular sponge. It's wet, so that's why I'm keeping them in our. And I also have this aquarium here, the small one here, and this is our illustration aquarium. This is what we always use for our illustrations, so it's always here. This is the pump, regular head-on pump that we'll be using. We could decide to get rid of this and then use this directly, depending on the kinds of fishes you have. If you have bigger fishes, then you can just use this, attach to it, and then in the video you see what I mean. But you can also use just this. So we have the pump. We also have water hose, which comes with the pump that we buy. So we have the drill and the drill bits. Now this is where I invite you to come closer, watch me as I take you through the process, and then we prepare our trickle filter. Join me. Okay, so the first step about this whole trickle filter is to have holes under the container we're using. This is just a regular lunchbox. We're going to have holes under here, have several holes down here. I will advise that when you start drilling the holes, you don't drill so much holes because we need the water to trickle. As the water trickles a lot, then we have good aeration in the aquarium. So what I would advise is that you just drill according to the force with which your pump comes with. So let's start regular hose. I'm very sure this is going to be boring if you are to watch me drill almost about 100 holes through all these three containers. So now you could see we are done with this. We have the hose in there. As we're going to stick this on top of each other, these are the few things I decided to modify. These things, when they are DIY, so you do them to suit your knowledge. I decided that when the water comes up here, you can see that I have the hose on one side and this one too on another side. So what I want to do is that the water will drop in here, but I wouldn't want it to drop and just go down straight away. I want it to drop in here, flow down to this side, it will also drop here, flow through this side. And then the down one, I had holes all over, so the water is going to really circulate through the various mediums. Also, since we're going to attach this on top of each other, we will need to make the holes through together. So we attach this and then we drilled the holes. After this, what we're doing is that we're using silicone all over the edge, using silicone all over. Why this? I could use a glue gun to do this, but I decided to go for silicone because silicone, when used in this water aquatic environment, normally it doesn't easily wear off. Silicone is a bit stubborn and it doesn't easily wear off, so I'm applying a bit to the various points here. Yeah, that's about it. You play around it, that's why you're doing it yourself. You play around it to suit your. I want to get a fair of the holes. Make sure that my holes are just on top of each other, sitting on top, right on top of each other. That's it. That is it. Anyway, with silicone, if you want these two, if you want to remove them too, you can as well remove them, but just that will be a bit difficult, but you can as well remove them. But what would we remove it for? Tell me. We wouldn't be doing it. So this is how it's going to look. I'll leave it for a while for it to dry. This one is almost dried up, so this is how it's going to be. As we wait for it to dry, let me do an illustration of how we're going to mount them. So one is definitely going to be on top. The water comes through here. It's going to come through, drop in here, flow through down here. When it gets down here too, it goes through here, drops down here. So it would go through all the various mediums, but when it comes down here, it just drops on it and then goes through. That's it. And also one thing is that with the pressure coming in, you always need more holes as you go along. You need more holes as you go along. Yes, you need more holes as you go along. So now wait for it to dry up, and then after that I will show you how to get the holes into flowing here. Now we have most of our items dried up. With this one, we just made a hole here. And we use the glue gun so we can use it for our demonstration. But I would normally I would use a silicone all around it and then wait for it to dry. But we'll do this for you to be able to see the demonstration of the whole process. Now the fillings for our filter, we're using the fine part here for the bottom part. This is where after, so let me start from the beginning. What we're going to do is that we're using this one which has lots of bigger holes, and this is going to go right here. It's fitting in right. Yeah, this fits in so well. Yes, so this is the top one. So as it goes through, this is going to take away the bigger particles. Then we have biomedia, where we're going to have our bacteria, beneficial bacteria to thrive on. So this will also be in the second compartment, where the water will also trickle on top. After from here it will trickle on top, but we still need to check, so we place our hose right. Yes, that's it. There you go. And then also this, after the water has gone through all these two, then now we need it to come out into the aquarium very fine. So now it goes through these fine paths, then it drops into the aquarium. Then we have our fine water coming out. This is going to be on top where the water is going to go through. So the whole system is going to be like this. The water goes through here, passes through the medium, goes down, goes through the medium, goes down here, and now it trickles down freely. That is how the whole process is going to be. So now this is the setup. Just so you know, this aquarium is only for illustration purpose. This aquarium here. So that is it. That's all about our Trickle filter. Please hit the subscribe button, like and share the videos, and don't forget the bell icon. Thank you.